She makes like video content of old games, like
I'm sorry,
Juggernaut.
baby.
Alright, if you're gonna have these conversations, can you please let me know?
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
They're being insanely loud.
I am. I'm sorry. I was too loud, guys.
I gotta feel in trouble.
I'm sorry. My wife wants to go to sleep. I'm sorry, guys.
Issue with it, thinking it's another grift, right?
June 8th, infamous political commentator Tim Pool was swatted. Jeremy viewed this as an opportunity for promotion. He spent $100 in chat tying the high stress of swatting.
This is a high-stress moment, likely a great moment to brew up a delicious cup of coffee brand coffee. If the stress is getting you, perhaps one of our new teas will calm you. Maybe a velvety cup of coffee brand coffee cocoa. Man, now here's the thing. What a double-edged thing this is, right? You're getting swatted, all right? Now, when I got swatted in 2015, it was scary because at that point, law enforcement didn't even really understand what a swatting was. Luckily, when I moved here in 2014, I called my local police department to let them know this could possibly happen. And then a year later, it did. So they were kind of prepared. They already had it on record that this could happen. So when they came to check out the situation, they didn't necessarily say, okay, oh my God, this is so serious. They were prepared, but they were like, it's probably fake. All right. Other people have been swatted since, obviously, in the last 11 years. It's become a more common thing. It shouldn't be. It's heinous. Someone is literally trying to hurt you because there is a chance that law enforcement may accidentally think something's going on and actually take action. And now that's heinous for them, for you, for everyone involved. It should never happen. This is not a prank. It's not a joke. Okay. So imagine you're being swatted. Now you got to take the situation utterly seriously. This is not a joke. And while you're being swatted and, evacuating your recording space, someone sends you $100 and is advertising their product on your stream. Now, on the one hand, you could say that's incredibly heinous. He's taking advantage because everyone's now going to tune into Tim Pool's stream to see this guy get swatted because it's happening live. So this is insane advertisement right now. But you could also argue, well, he sent him $100. So basically he paid for the ad read. He paid for the product placement. But here's the problem. I think he didn't ask for it. He didn't check with Tim Pool and be like, hey, is it okay if I send you $100 and I advertise my coffee with you? Because maybe Tim Pool doesn't like advertisement on his streams. I don't want anyone advertising their products or streams on my stream. It's against my rules. It always has been. I don't care if you pay me. I'm not going to do it anyway. Okay? So in this case, this is kind of messed up because you could say he's taking advantage of a serious situation that could be really bad for the person involved to advertise his product. And his justification is probably, well, I paid him. Yeah, but he didn't say it was okay. And you're taking advantage of a heinous situation, right? Like, now, because you know what's going to happen. People are going to say, oh, the quartering swatted him. Because the quartering swatted the guy. Now he puts his ad on there. Now everyone sees it. Tens of thousands of people that normally wouldn't have seen it, right? It's dumb. It's just not very smart to do.
Of these stress-relieving teas or cocos he offers. Jeremy,
the first time he's ever been swatted, which maybe it is, did he warn his local law enforcement that something like this was becoming more rampant on the internet and it could happen? At the moment I moved out here to Washington State in 2014, I called my local PD and I told them, I'm a streamer. This is starting to happen more increasingly. I think it may happen to me. I want you to know this is going to be likely a prank, even though it shouldn't be. And then when they got the call, yes, they came in with all the people and the SWAT team, but they actually kind of expected it to be fake. And they were careful, but they treated it as such. They didn't cuff me. They didn't throw me to the ground or anything like that. They just asked myself and my ex to leave, and they just stood next to us in the street, checked the house, said, okay, it's all nonsense, and they just rolled out and left. It wasn't even like it was a 5-minute conversation with them about, okay, do you know anyone who would have done this? I have trolls all over the world. I have no idea who did it. Okay, that's all we can do. Bye. And that was it. That was the end of it. So this, to me, sounds like his local PD had no idea this kind of thing ever happens. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? This was what, 2022? At this point, 7 years removed from mine, and it was way more common. I'm just going to say this. Anyone out there who is an internet live streamer who gets any kind of notoriety or any kind of infamy, if you get into internet feuds with people or people don't like you, do yourself and your local PD the favor call them and say, listen, I'm not trying to start any problems, but I want to let you know I'm an internet creator and streamer. There's people that this has happened to a ton across the country. I just want to let you know, likely if someone calls, it's fake. That way you got the heads up. That way they don't come full steam ahead, knocking down doors, breaking knees, thinking that they're trying to save someone's life. Okay? Sounds like he didn't do that, and that's why this happened. Or maybe it was an overzealous cop. We don't know. Okay. That he had a warning there, but he accidentally showed that he makes $46,000 a month on YouTube. Now, I can tell you, hold on, everyone, calm down. I'm a YouTuber. I don't know if you're aware of this. I can tell you what this entails. Are you ready? This entails super chats. This entails memberships. This entails gifted memberships. This entails ad revenue. Okay? However, that may not be fully representative of what he really makes, because there's a lot of adjustments that go on during the course of a month. This is, see, it says estimated. There's all kinds of adjustments that happen. Most of the time, I'm not going to lie, it ends up being less than that. Okay? It depends. Like, let's say someone came to your channel and gifted 1,000 memberships, but they were from a country where the membership is worth 5 cents. You know what I'm saying? It may not calculate it properly or know right away. Sometimes there's adjustments that take place in the calculation, so it's not actually completely accurate. However, I have something else to say that you may not realize. That estimated revenue is based on 28 days. That's 4 weeks. It never accounts for 30 days or 31-day months. So in reality, when you see that estimate, it's usually lower than what it really is. So I would actually say, as long as he didn't have any major problems that particular month with some kind of supporter or funder, he probably made $50,000 to $55,000 that month. So there you go. He's making insane bank just alone on the YouTube channel. That's, of course, not including likely any kind of tips he receives outside of the YouTube system. That's not including any of his other businesses, his crowdfundings, nothing. That's just what he's making solely on that one YouTube channel in a month. There you go. Not know about it. Like, listen, my wife doesn't actually know every day what I'm doing on stream. She'll ask me, hey, what game are you playing today or whatever. Sometimes she'll watch my stream. Sometimes if she's interested in a game, she'll watch my streams. She can hear me. Like right now, if she was upstairs in the house, she would hear every word coming out of my mouth right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, she knows everything I'm doing on stream. It's no mystery. If she heard me gushing about, that's what I was looking, that was the word I was looking for. He's gushing, talking about Trillium, right? If I was gushing, talking about someone like this, my wife would be upset. She'd be like, what are you talking about? Why are you gushing about another woman? We're married. That's a reasonable reaction to a man who's married acting like this. It is. It's a reasonable reaction. I would expect that from her. If I were acting like this, I would expect that reaction for her to be like, what are you doing? So what's going on that he's making this public content and his wife apparently doesn't know or is okay with it? I'm really confused. And I kind of understand now what's going on. It's not just that this guy was getting harassed online for, oh, you brought up his family member or this or that. It's that basically he has this weird behavior that's going on and people are calling him out for it. And now what's happening is, what's going to happen is the conversation is going to turn towards his private life, because they're going to say, what's going on in your private life that you're gushing about other female creators online to your audience? What is happening? You know, that is, again, I told you guys, I wasn't going to sweep for the quartering watching this thing just because I don't like Kino Casino. That's weird. All right. That, you know, we got a lot of, funny, I start talking about this and we get a lot of shout outs all at once, right? So, super chat, and he says he divulged too much personal information. It's shameless. And Bandits Miss did a $2 super chat, says, you're being insanely loud. Yes, that's a meme about my wife yelling at me when I was talking with Wings of Redemption one night in this very room, and I was being too loud and she came and yelled at me. Let's see here. Did he intend to like destroy any iota of seriousness ever to be associated with him ever again with this appearance, this stream. Like, this is the barn burner, right? Like, this is it. That's it. After this will be referenced forever. This is never going to, recover. This is, So for me, I think you all know what my most embarrassing moment has been. Okay. Everything that we have seen so far in this documentary, I would argue what we're going through this moment right now, when you watch a reality TV and something really embarrassing is going on, you cringe so hard that I don't want to watch it anymore. I'm actually at that point right now in the documentary where it's actually going to be hard, because the truth is, if I'm watching a show and I get to that point, I turn it off. I can't stand it. Like, no, it's that secondhand embarrassment is so strong. That secondhand just, oh God, I can't take it anymore. I step away. I don't watch the rest. I'm serious. I'm like, I can't take it. But I think since we're doing the react, I guess I have to do it. But, oh man. Guitar Player did a $5 super chat. He says, when is he going to realize alcohol and streaming don't mix for him? I mean, I guess never, because it's not even just alcohol and streaming, just alcohol and like technology, because he's on Twitter, tweeting about the most important thing he's ever done in his life is this video about Elon Musk quitting Twitter. And then he goes ahead and he jumps on a stream drunk. You know what I mean? At this point, like, I can't. This is it, right? We're about to see the most embarrassing moment. Okay, I'm going to have to prepare myself, because I hate this. It pains me to see these moments. I prefer never to know about them. Okay.
Oh my lord.
I love how much women hate her just because she's so beautiful.
I was pretty ugly before I learned how to do my hair and my eyebrows.
Oh yeah, and you were blessed with gigantic boobs. But the
I came in later.
Are you live right now?
Yeah.
Are you live right now? Yeah. So if you want, I'm not going to be offended. Brittany said she's going to pop a nip later. Maybe when I say later, we don't really know when that means. Astro Boy says, Jeremy, stop for the night. You're hurting your brand. What do you mean? My brand is what I am.
Jeremy deleted the stream, and the following months he made his first video of the year claiming YouTube was targeting his channel, deeming the survival of his channel and others were important to fight the culture war. The last section of this video is dedicated to persuading viewers to join his mailing list or join his locals page, where he states financial support is optional. To add to Jeremy's list of projects and responsibilities that include...
So, I mean, we just turboed through, so we didn't get to see the content of the stream. Maybe it was so bad, because he deleted it. Maybe it's so bad, it can't even be included in the documentary, right? I guess. I don't even know what happened. I legit don't even know what happened. Does it? All right. I guess it's that bad, I guess, that we're not going to know. I guess I'm not going to know, because I'm certainly not going to seek it out after the fact, what happened. But, okay. So now we're on to the next. Oh, my channel's under attack. I need help again. Okay.
Coffee, his main channel, his Rumble live streams, his constant advertising that has him tweeting on average 20 times a day was now the Publica, his magnum opus, a news website like Exclusively Games that was meant to deliver more neutral and honest stories, co-founded by Sydney Watson, someone who Jeremy also had a podcast with. Jeremy and the rest of his audience will later find out Sydney did not have a high opinion of him. This clip could possibly explain why.
Have you ever peed in a trough? Where there's like dongs on the left of you and to the right, you can see them both.
You
and
don't
you're
have
peeing
to look
in an
at
open
them.
river.
You don't have to look at them. It's
you
not
have
like
to look. It's a respect thing.
I guess I can only speak of, to my experience. If there's a guy who is like supremely hung, you would like rib him about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Versus like be jealous. Most of our conversations are you saying, man, I really want to put a bunch of work into things. And I'm like, Sid, whore yourself out.
Sometimes you even just text me tits.
Maybe this is something that guys and girls can come together on.
Yeah.
So when I know, like, let's say I go to like a fair, or a festival or something like that, right? I take Imodium before I go.
What's that?
It's like for diarrhea. So it like.
Oh, you do not, dude. What is happening? This is devolving.
From that.
This is not the information that I needed.
It's called the life hack, Sydney.
Okay,
it just confirms for me that men are revolting.
The importance of the success of the Publica to Jeremy was the same as his coffee. He chased it as an out to increase his income while lessening the time he worked on YouTube, as any dip in revenue would increase stress.
My brain is so addled at what's happening that I can't like June is talking and I can't even understand what he's saying, because we just saw two pieces of content that this guy put out that are so ridiculous, embarrassing, misconduct, just rude nonsense. And I can't.
The website. After Chung got into an argument with Jeremy on Twitter, Chung posted the infamous 2008 video of Jeremy.
Here's the creep advising peds on how to clean up their messes. And his response was to take a video from 20 years ago where I am simply describing to people that when they take their computers in to get fixed, oftentimes techs will look at the files. It obviously had nothing to do with advising predators, okay?
Jeremy is misremembering or lying. It was not just a video informing viewers that techs look at impertinent information when doing repairs. It was also a video giving the specific advice to rename or delete sensitive folders. Advice given after he told a story about how a predator had insufficiently hid their files. Regardless, Jeremy threatened.
And as I said, back then things were different. Do I believe that he had intention to try to tell someone, hey, hide your crimes? Probably not. He was probably using that as a general, like, this is actually my real life story of how this happened. And, you know, what we discovered, you as the common person should be doing this. I don't believe that. I don't believe that he's trying to say, hey, I want to protect pedophiles. I don't believe that at all. Okay. But it was a different time back then. 100%. It was 100 time back then, a different time back then. And, you know, internet was different. And now you have to be careful about what you say and how you say it and what context and phrase you say it. Back then, everyone just said whatever they wanted, and no one really got taken to task for it, okay? It was a different time. Okay, so by the way, guys, this is about the halfway point of tonight's stream. So I want to say
the order was canceled because of his politics. Furthermore, he bought an $80,000 machine to make coffee K-cups and allegedly took out an $80,000 loan through his credit card to pay for it. That is not even the extent of his debt.
I've got $300,000 almost floating right now in debt. I'm just being dead serious.
Some of the comments on this video read, quote, imagine being financially irresponsible as this and blaming leftists for your own incompetence. Couldn't have happened to a better person. Can't take any responsibility and got ruined in a free market doing what 10,000 other YouTubers have done.
Yeah, and this is the problem, is when you have bragged about and flaunted your wealth, you said things like, oh yeah, I'm a millionaire. Oh, you're talking about your wife has a plane. You need to sell the plane because you don't need the plane. And you're showing off your arcade room and you're doing all this stuff. You have to be careful, because what happens when it all gets taken away from you? What happens when the rug gets pulled out from under you? Okay? I know, because I've been there. I got into insane bad debt. My income was dramatically reduced. I couldn't pay the debt anymore. And I went into a bankruptcy over it, you know? And it's only been maybe the last year and a half where I've actually finally started to recover. I mean, the bankruptcy was in 2020. It's 2026. And still I haven't recovered. My credit is still garbage. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm waiting for this stuff to fall off my credit report. You know what I mean? And that's the problem, is when you present yourself a certain way, but then things change. People are going to be like, so what? You had it all. And now you've fallen from grace. So tough shit. Yeah, that, you know, so this is rough now. He's basically saying, so things have fallen apart. I'm not making as much money anymore. And now I can't even do my K-cup orders on my coffee brand coffee. So now I want you to support me. Wait, what? What are you talking about? Why do your viewers on your quartering channel have to fix your coffee brand coffee issues? You're the one who decided to start a coffee company. Right? So any issues associated with it are your issues. So I get it. And again, this is the pot calling the kettle black, because I made bad financial decisions. I had a big dip in income, and I would appeal to my audience saying, you guys are my only out. I don't know what else I could possibly do, because I can't make my bills anymore. I can't even pay them anymore. So I've been in exactly the same situation. okay? And it's awful. Let me tell you this. When you hit rock bottom and you're like, it doesn't look like there's a light at the end of the tunnel and there's no way out and you're going to start losing everything around you. Yeah, that's when my life was falling apart. My lowest years were like 2016, 2017. I was going through all that personally, and it was driving me nuts. And it made me do stupid things. And, you know, I'm just happy that my life has turned around. I've gotten out of that, you know? So the thing is, I can kind of see 100%. I can see where he's coming from. I can see that what I did also was wrong. And I've already, you know, said to my audience, yeah, it was wrong for me to put that onto the audience. I apologize for it, but I was at the, you know, that was rock bottom for me. I don't know what else I could have done. But the truth is, no one's going to care, right? Like, who's care? Why would anyone care that now your coffee company's falling apart? Dude, you're a millionaire. You've admitted it. People saw you make $50,000 a month on your YouTube channel alone. Why do they care that your coffee company's falling apart? So close it. Who gives a shit? Right? That's what they're going to respond. No one's going to care. When you're so much better off than everyone else, and then you say, I need help, people are going to be like, why? Like, why would I help you? Right? Why on earth would I help you? Of all people.
$300,000 in debt. It's almost like woke ain't the only.
Immediately he's shilling the coffee. How long did it take for him to shill the coffee?
35 seconds.
35 seconds. So we get literally no content before the shill.
Hey, listen, you guys can give me shit all you want for saying that I asked for contributions, which I do. Okay? I don't shill. I don't. You can't say DSP sits here and shills product all day. You can't. My product is what you're seeing right now. And if you like that product and you want more of it and you want to see it improve, support it. Period. I don't want you to buy a controller over here. You know, I'm not shilling this controller here. I don't want you to buy a bunch of merch and shit. And the few times that I've had the merch, I barely mention it. Like, I just had shirts for like 6 to 8 months. I forgot mentioning. I never mentioned it. And they shut the store down on me because I stopped selling shirts. I actually stopped mentioning the shirts so much, they closed the store because it was making no profit. They didn't want to keep it open. You see? So at least the one thing you could say, I don't really shill any junk, right? You can complain that I ask for contributions too much, but you can't say I'm a shill who shills junk, right? I can't stand it. I hate it. You know, there's people like back, I tell you guys all the time about like Angry Video Game Nerd. I used to be a huge fan of him, right? And back in the day, I used to watch all of his content. Didn't watch it for many, many years. And then every once in a while, people came in the chat and said, did you watch this video he made recently? It's doing well. Oh, I don't know. Let me go watch it. And I hit play. The beginning of the video, he's shilling. He's like, buy this, get this VPN, do this. I'm like, oh, God. Like, that's the antithesis of what content creation used to be back in the day. Now it's like, that's the only way, even for these people who inspired countless people to get by, is to shill junk, to shill the coffee, to shill the product, to shill Dollar Shave Club. How many people have Dollar Shave Club shit? You know, it's always the same because these companies run the campaign and everyone jumps on the same campaign. So if one creator is doing it, every other creator is doing it, and it's so fucking obnoxious. To me, I would much rather hear a creator make content and then during the content say, hey, please support it, than say, hey, we're going to interrupt the content to bring you something you don't care about and, you know, doesn't affect you at all, but buy it anyway. That drives me fucking nuts. The ad placement of a coffee or this shit would drive me way worse nuts than someone who is asking for some active support for what they've already provided for you in that content. I think it's completely different. That's my take. You can disagree. That's okay if you do. I don't like any advertisement, to be honest. I wish I never had to ever ask for a contribution. There's sometimes I never do. All right, but that's just my take on it. Big Mac, thank you for becoming a
game because I have anxiety diarrhea from you.
He has anxiety diarrhea. He has anxiety diarrhea.
I was trying to poop for an hour straight before the show, and then once
was it
started,
the 15 beers?
Why does he talk about this? Why does he talk about this stuff publicly? I'm lost. Why do creators insist upon telling their audiences about all of their personal ailments and the disgusting repercussions of them? I just don't get it. I don't. I told you guys, accidentally, well, not really accidentally, but without knowing the repercussions of what would happen, I told the internet I had a swollen foot. Turned out to be gout. That one thing people have now made fun of me for 11 straight years. Okay? Fair enough. I told everyone I had it. That's on me. You know I have post-nasal drip. Why? Because you could hear it in my older videos before I could press this drop button. And you couldn't hear what I was saying is what I said when I hit the drop button. You would hear me constantly clearing my throat, snorting. You had to know about that one because it was in my old content, right? I literally just muted right now as I cleared my throat. So you knew I had post-nasal drip, right? Outside of that, you probably don't know about anything else about any personal ailments that I have because I wouldn't share it with you if I had any, okay? I wouldn't. I learned my lesson. Like, you know, it's kind of embarrassing if you have personal ailments, even if it's not something that's your fault or you can control, because there's people who have conditions that it's not their fault. It's not self-inflicted. It's just something medical they have and they can't help it, right? But if I sat here and I told you about all of it, I've now chosen to make that public knowledge. Now, that is ammo for someone to take into the public realm of public opinion. You know what I'm saying? And for them to now make fun of, to make, you know, to bring up all the time. It's just, it's, why does he keep talking about this stuff in public? You know, and now you see the problem is the cat's out of the bag. Like, I can never deny that I have gout because you know it. So you'll know it till the end of time, right? But why on earth would you ever publicly bring this shit up ever? And it's not just him. It's a ton of these creators. They keep to all their personal shit keeps getting thrown out there. Why would you keep bringing it up? Stop. Stop talking about it. It's embarrassing.
He's on the porcelain throne. The porcelain Punisher is right.
I mean, I had diarrhea for like 5 straight months.
5
What?
straight months. These are the diarrhea files.
When I'm trying to really work on my gut biome, you know, as my well-documented nonstop diarrhea.
In September, the Kino Casino rediscovered the pinnacle of Jeremy's diarrhea-related stories. They uncovered the Walmart story.
The trail of smears?
This is the trail of smears. No, it really is the trail of smears. I hate to spoil it. It's amazing when we get to this.
To Jeremy, this was a step too far. The Kino Casino early September had